Have you ever walked into the gym feeling completely fine? Your muscles aren't sore, you have had a few days of rest, and you feel ready to conquer your workout. You load up a weight you know you can lift. But the moment you unrack it, 100 pounds suddenly feels like 200 pounds. Your body feels like it is moving through thick mud. Your speed is completely gone, and you fail a lift that should have been an absolute breeze. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. You think, what is wrong with me? Why am I so weak? Your muscles are perfectly fine, but your body's ultimate command center has deliberately cut the power. Today, we are taking a deep, fascinating dive into the invisible form of overtraining. We are exploring the science of central nervous system, or CNS, fatigue. We are uncovering why the heaviest lifts don't make you sore but completely fry your neurological grid, how brain inhibitors physically stop you from moving, and why relying on a scoop of pre-workout to fix this problem might just cost you a torn muscle. Please take a second to like the video and leave a comment. Your engagement is a huge help to the channel. To understand why you suddenly feel incredibly weak without being sore, we have to separate your body into two distinct systems, the hardware and the software. When you do a high-rep exhausting workout, like 4 sets of 15 squats, you cause direct local fatigue to the muscle tissue. Lactic acid builds up, metabolic waste pools in the area, and you create microscopic tears in the muscle fibers. This is peripheral fatigue. You feel this as the classic burn, and the next day you experience DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. You know exactly why you are tired because you can physically feel the damage in your legs. But your central nervous system is completely different. Your CNS consists of your brain and your spinal cord. It is the electrical power plant that sends the signal to your muscles, telling them to contract. When you experience CNS fatigue, there is absolutely no damage to the muscle tissue itself. There is no lactic acid, and there is no soreness. Instead, the actual electrical voltage traveling from your brain down your spinal cord has been dramatically reduced. Your brain is literally refusing to send a strong enough signal to recruit your muscle fibers. And the fastest way to drain this electrical power plant is by performing heavy, low-rep, maximal effort lifts. Let's look at the deadlift. When you perform a 1-repetition max, the set might only last 5 seconds. You are not doing enough volume to create massive structural damage to the muscle. You probably won't even be sore the next day. But the neurological demand of that 5-second lift is astronomically high. To lift an incredibly heavy near maximal load, your brain has to send a massive coordinated electrical shockwave down your spinal cord. It has to utilize a process called rate coding, which is the speed at which the electrical signals are fired, and it must achieve maximum motor unit recruitment, meaning it has to force every single available muscle fiber to contract at the exact same millisecond. This requires an immense amount of neurological energy and specialized neurotransmitters. When you do this repeatedly, when you constantly train in the 1 to 3 repetition range with maximum intensity, you deplete the power plant. You drain the chemical reserves in your brain and spinal cord. Your CNS essentially runs out of batteries, leaving you with invisible fatigue. But this fatigue is not just a lack of energy. It is an active, protective biological mechanism. Your brain is intentionally shutting you down using inhibitory neurotransmitters. Your brain's primary objective is to keep you alive and prevent catastrophic injury. When you constantly subject your body to extreme neurological stress, your brain senses that the system is being pushed dangerously close to the breaking point. It realizes that if you keep lifting these massive loads, you are going to snap a tendon or break a bone, so it pulls the emergency brake. Deep inside your brain, the balance of your neurotransmitters begins to shift. Dopamine, which drives motivation and central motor submotor output, becomes depleted or the receptors become downregulated. Simultaneously, your brain increases the circulation of serotonin and GABA, inhibitory neurotransmitters that literally block and slow down electrical impulses. Your brain is chemically sedating your motor cortex. You approach the barbell, you mentally want to lift it, but your brain intercepts the signal and says, "No, we are not generating that much force today. It is not safe." This is why the weight feels incredibly heavy. You are fighting against your own brain's survival chemistry. So how do you know if you are experiencing CNS burnout or if you are just having an off day? The most accurate, incredibly simple diagnostic tool you can use is the grip strength test. Your hands are neurologically incredibly complex. The muscles of your forearms and hands require massive, constant neural drive from your central nervous system to contract maximally. Because they are so deeply wired into your motor cortex, your grip strength acts as a direct, real-time window into the voltage of your CNS. Many elite strength coaches have their athletes use a hand dynamometer every morning. If an athlete normally squeezes 120 pounds of force, but they wake up one morning and can only squeeze 90 pounds, despite their forearms not being sore at all, it is an immediate, undeniable red flag. Their central neural drive is suppressed. The brain is cutting the power. If your grip feels weak, your hands feel clumsy, or you keep dropping things, your CNS is waving a white flag. And if you ignore this white flag, the burnout begins to bleed into your entire systemic physiology, destroying your sleep and your digestion. When your central nervous system is severely overtrained, it loses its ability to regulate your autonomic nervous system, the system that controls your subconscious bodily functions. You become stuck in a chronic state of sympathetic overdrive. Your body thinks it is constantly fighting a lion. Because you are stuck in fight or flight, your adrenal glands continuously pump out cortisol and adrenaline, even when you are trying to rest. This leads to the classic, maddening symptom of severe overtraining. You are exhausted to your bones, but you cannot sleep. You suffer from profound insomnia because the stress hormones are chemically blocking your brain from entering deep, restorative sleep. Furthermore, because your body believes you are in a survival crisis, it shuts down all non-essential functions, starting with your digestion. Your appetite completely vanishes. The thought of eating a large meal makes you feel nauseous. You are losing weight, losing strength, and losing sleep, all because your nervous system is trapped in a defensive feedback loop. So, how do we break the loop? How do we convince the brain that it is safe to turn the power back on? We have to utilize the science of the deload. When you reach the point of CNS burnout, taking a day off is usually not enough to replenish your neurotransmitters. You need a dedicated deload week. A deload is a planned period of active recovery designed specifically for the nervous system. You still go to the gym, and you still perform your movements, but you drastically drop the intensity. You use about 50 to 60% of your normal weight, and you cut the total number of sets in half. Why do we still lift light weights instead of just sitting on the couch? Because light, perfect movement stimulates blood flow and gently activates the neuromuscular junction, the exact point where your nerve connects to your muscle fiber. By practicing the movement pattern without heavy electrical resistance, you are essentially flushing the neural pathways. You are reassuring the brain, see? We are moving, but there is no threat. We are safe. Within 5 to 7 days of this strategic deloading, the serotonin levels drop, the dopamine receptors resensitize, and the electrical grid fully recharges. When you return to heavy lifting the following week, the power is completely restored, and you often blow past your previous plateaus. But I must give you a critical, potentially life-saving warning about how the fitness industry encourages us to handle fatigue. We have to talk about the extreme danger of relying on pre-workout stimulants. When people experience CNS burnout, their first instinct is to force the issue. They feel weak, so they double scoop their high-stimulant pre-workout. They flood their brain with 400 milligrams of caffeine and synthetic stimulants. This is the most dangerous thing you can possibly do to your body. Remember, CNS fatigue is your brain's emergency safety switch. By taking massive doses of stimulants, you are chemically overriding that safety switch. You are essentially putting duct tape over a blaring fire alarm while your house is burning down. When you artificially force your exhausted brain to send a maximum electrical signal to a fatigued muscle, the structural integrity fails. This is the exact moment when catastrophic injuries occur. This is when pec muscles tear off the bone during a bench press. This is when a bicep tendon snaps during a heavy deadlift or a spinal disc ruptures. You bypassed the body's natural braking system and you crashed the car. Stimulants do not fix central nervous system fatigue. They only mask the warning signs. Here is the doctor's verdict: honor your CNS. I know how frustrating it is to feel weak when you are giving your health and your training everything you have. We are conditioned to believe that more is always better and that stepping back is a sign of failure. But true elite performance and true lifelong resilience is built on profound biological self-awareness. Your central nervous system is the most sophisticated, brilliant supercomputer on the planet. It knows exactly what you need, and it speaks to you through your grip strength, your sleep, and your appetite. Do not ignore the whispers until they become a tear or a break. Honor your nervous system. Embrace the deload. Allow the power plant to recharge. When you finally learn to work with your body's neurology instead of fighting against it, you will unlock a level of strength and vitality you never thought possible. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Have you ever experienced that deep, wired but tired feeling of CNS burnout? And how did you finally recover? Let's train smarter, and let's protect our power together. Until next time, stay curious, stay resilient, and take care of your brain. Watch this video suggestion. It was especially picked for you. Please share, comment, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you. It helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos and keep growing.